Statistically speaking, December is the most popular month for wedding proposals. So if you've recently gotten engaged, first, congrats. And secondly, you must be wondering, how do you plan the wedding of your dreams, especially in the middle of a pandemic? The DC event planner, Tiffany Renee Balmer, joins us now with her tips. Good morning to you, Tiffany. Thanks for being with us.
Good morning to you as well.
All right, let's get into this here because I remember when I got engaged many years ago, there's the excitement of the actual engagement, then the stress of the impending wedding starts to set in a little bit. So you're going to tell us 5 things that you should be doing right away. What is the first one?
The first one is the couple should make like a list of non-negotiables that they both want. These are things that both parties want. I know there's usually one person that's more excited than the other, but both parties should have an opinion of things they absolutely have to have.
What's an example of that really quickly?
So some people, a lot of guys are like, I have to have a cigar bar.
Okay.
And there have been arguments, but that's the only thing they want, so we have to make it work.
Okay, gotcha. All right, and then this next one, the guest list.
Yeah, so the guest list is really important. I know the internet tells us that about 10% of your guests doesn't come, and that hasn't been proven to be true in DC weddings. I think because this is like a kind of destination location, so people come to your wedding. So figure out what their guest list looks like. International guests, kids, plus ones. That guest list will determine what your venue looks like.
And then the next one that can cause a little bit of back and forth, lively discussions, is the budget.
Yes, you have to set a realistic budget. So if what you're pinning on Pinterest and screenshotting on Instagram doesn't match your budget, does not match your budget, you will not be able to get those things. So you have to be realistic. I know a lot of people have a budget and then they have a dream wedding, but those two things really have to match.
Yeah, I got a reality check more than a couple times when I was planning my wedding. The next one is determine who gets to make decisions. What do you mean by that?
Yeah, so a lot of times parents are helping to pay. And so because they're helping to pay, they also want to help make decisions. So if you decide up front what your money is going to and what decisions you get to help make, it saves with frustration later on down the line.
And this next one I was going to ask you about is decide whether or not you need some help. And you're talking about perhaps a wedding planner. How do you determine whether or not you'll need one?
So I think having conversations with several different planners to figure out what their packages are. Like we offer full, partial, and month of. Some planners offer like day of. A lot of planners offer different packages. And even for couples who maybe are working with a little smaller budget and can't maybe afford to hire a professional planner, maybe find a friend or a family member who's really organized and always taking care of family events and see if they can help. But just someone else to be your brain on your wedding day so you don't have to be it.
I love that. That's a really important point because day of, you're going to have a lot going on. So it's good to have that help. Exactly. All right. So things that you can wait on and do it for your own peace of mind. What's the first one here?
So selecting colors, I know a lot of people think they know what color they want. This has always been the color they want, but depending on trends and things that you fall in love with, you can wait on those. And also your venue dictates a lot of your decor and style. So I wouldn't feel rushed to figure that out.
And you can wait on attire shopping as well, huh?
Of course, yeah. So if there is someone wearing a formal traditional gown, those can take up to 6 months. And if there is someone wearing a tux, those can can take up to 3 to 4 months for like custom tuxes. But those can be on your second half of the wedding planning. It's not something that has to be done right away. I know it's exciting and fun, but you don't have to do that right now.
And really quickly, we have about a minute left, but I do want to follow up to that. Given that we're in a pandemic, the supply chain issues and all of that, is that timeline taking that into consideration?
It is. So shipping was already pretty slow on wedding dresses, so they're still at the kind of same slow pace that they've always been. So 6 months is about the norm.
Gotcha. And then selection of your wedding party, that can wait.
Yeah, so I think a lot of times as soon as you get engaged, people are like, oh, what am I wearing? Like, I can't wait to be in your wedding. It's like, but I didn't even say you were going to be in my wedding. A lot of couples are deciding they don't even want a wedding party. Some people are having their parents. A lot of couples already have kids, so they're making their kids a part of their wedding party. So don't feel rushed to figure out who it's going to be. You have time to determine who you want to stand beside you, if anyone.
And then this next one, invitations. How long can you wait for that?
So invitations need to include food most of the time if you're doing like a plated dinner. And most venues don't let you do tasting until like 2 or 3 months before the wedding. So invitations need to go out after you've selected your menu. So those are like a lot closer to your wedding date than you'd expect.
Gotcha. This last one, cake tasting, it was the one single thing my husband was excited about and was more than happy to help out with. So that's towards the end. How close or how far from the wedding can you do that?
Just around the same amount of time that you do the menu tasting. So about 2 to 3 months out.
Okay. All right. This is really helpful. Hopefully for folks, it kind of gives them a sense of their timeline, things like that. Where can folks go if they want more information really quickly?
The DCeventplanner.com, super easy. We're happy to help. We always take inquiry calls just to answer your questions. You don't have to be locked in anything. We're just here to help.
I love that. I would highly encourage people, if you can, whether it's a wedding planner or a friend, get some help because things can get really stressful and you want to have fun. All right, DC
Exactly.
event planner Tiffany Renee Balmer, appreciate you coming on this morning. Thank you.
No problem. Thank you.
All right, 8:35.
Just out of curiosity, aside from the cake tasting, how involved was your husband in the process?
He was, here's the thing, he wasn't very involved. I didn't want to be very involved because I don't like planning anything. So I was actually, I got to the point where I told my wedding planner, what is your dream wedding?
Yeah.
Let's just do that. So I was thankful to have a wedding planner because I did not really enjoy that process.
Makes it a lot easier.
Yeah. Did you guys kept it pretty simple?
Very. You should keep it very simple, yes.
Yeah. By design.
But I was involved in
By
every
design, yeah.
single decision.
Really?
Yes.
Should we ask Caitlin that?
No, we should not. Let's keep it moving. Got to do weather. I only have 12 seconds
Yeah.
left. We don't want to talk any more about that. But Jeanette, my memory is I was involved with everything.
Yeah, I bet.